What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the brother, I believe it's Cruiser Nation 3, for the $10 donation via the Cash App. He says, thanks for being objective as possible. Much respect to Cruiser Nation 3 for showing love to Too Raw for TV, aka Too Raw for Sports. I truly appreciate the love, brother. I try to be objective, but sometimes being objective is a thankless thing. It really is. It's a thankless thing. Sometimes you wonder, maybe you're better off just being a fanboy. And people just assume what you always, people are just going to assume that you're going to say something and they're always going to ride with you and shit, which is bullshit because how can you have the same opinion on every fucking thing? You can't. It's a gimmick. You're just catering to a fan base. You're not being authentic when you do that. But I can't be that. I can't be some channel that just caters to a certain audience and shit. But anyway, much respect to you for showing love. So in this video, I want to talk about, once again, I seen another article that's trying to make this case, trying to brainwash people into why LeBron James's jersey for the Lakers should be retired. I'm just not of that opinion, okay? But they keep comparing his resume to Wilt Chamberlain to try to make the case. Well, look, LeBron's going to ultimately play 7 years while Wilt only played 5. LeBron already has brought a championship to the Lakers. Wilt only brought one as well. Wilt only has one Finals MVP, but hell, LeBron has one. So why is it that Wilt's jersey is retired by Lakers, but LeBron isn't? Well, first of all, you're looking at individual numbers, which isn't the way to go here. The way to go here is impact. Okay? When LeBron first joined the Lakers in 2018, I distinctly remember LeBron fans and Laker fans saying the following. Look, LeBron himself, because remember the year before they went something like 37-45. Look, LeBron can get you 10, 15 wins off the bat. I mean, he can get you 10, 15 wins, so they're going to win 48, 50 plus games. So I can see them going to the conference finals against the Warriors. I mean, that's how good LeBron is himself. You put a little help around him, Lord have mercy. You put another all-star around LeBron James, it's a championship. And I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know if just you putting him on the roster is just going to automatically. He ain't Kawhi Leonard. You got to have a certain team around LeBron James. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. So, okay, bro. All right. And we saw that they only went 37-45 that first year. And don't blame it on the missed games, because even in the games that he played in, which was 55, they only went 28-27. So they were only going to play 500 ball. Wilt Chamberlain's first year with the Lakers, they went to the NBA Finals. Now you could argue they should have beaten the Boston Celtics, but they went 7 games in the NBA Finals. Wilt was exactly the medicine that the Lakers needed. Unfortunately, Wilt came there a little bit too late. By that time, Wilt was 32, 31, 32. Let's go with 32. And, he was 32. And Baylor was past his prime. Jerry West was sort of entering out of his prime. But they still was a formidable team. Now, the next year, 2019-20, the Lakers do win a championship. But it's in a very peculiar situation. All right, let's just be honest. Very peculiar situation. Now, the Lakers acquired at that time the hottest commodity in basketball, Anthony Davis. The hottest commodity. And even with that, they were aided with a break of 4.5 months into the season, which helped the brittle Davis and aging LeBron James. And, it wasn't the same situation. Some players didn't participate in the bubble. A lot of teams, a lot of players said psychologically being in the bubble just threw them off. And in the bubble, who did they ultimately play in the finals? Pretty mediocre Miami Heat team that everyone expected the Lakers to sweep, but still somehow that team won 2 games. Empty gym, no fans. I mean, I know a lot of people say you shouldn't put an asterisk on the Lakers, but fuck that, I do. And I'll tell you why. Because for so many years, I saw Laker fans put an asterisk by the Spurs for winning that 50-game schedule. Oh, that wasn't a real schedule. That wasn't a real league. That wasn't a real season. That season doesn't count. You got to put an asterisk by the Spurs. So if you put an asterisk by the Spurs, then what the fuck do you do for the bubble year? 2 of them motherfuckers? Contrast that to Wilt, second year. Boom. Right back to the NBA Finals where they go up against a super team in the New York Knicks who have 5 Hall of Famers in their starting lineup. Willis Reed, Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, Earl the Pearl Monroe, and Walt Clyde Frazier. All 5 of them motherfuckers, Hall of Famers. Not to mention, if there was a 6-man of the year candidate back then, 6-man of the year super candidate Phil Jackson. New York Knicks, shitty-ass Miami Heat team. All right, the very next year, let's go to Lakers. The Lakers are defending champions. How will they defend that title? By breaking up the fucking team that got them the title. LeBron and company trying to be greedy, trying to be the LA Warriors, going with offense and getting rid of what helped them the year that they won the bubble title. And so what ultimately happens, their team is old, and even though defensively they rate high, LeBron and AD become brittle, and they look slow as fuck against the Phoenix Suns in the first round and get eliminated. The Lakers go all the way to the Western Conference Finals, where they lose to the eventual champion, the Milwaukee Bucks, who won 66 games that year. Kareem and Oscar. 72, the Lakers go on a 33-game winning streak, win 69 games, and beat the New York Knicks and win their first ever LA championship. First ever. The first time they won a championship in LA, and the 6th championship in the franchise history. But the first one ever in LA. And that was important. That was important. That championship validated Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain. It validated that team, even at that advanced age in their careers. What did the Lakers do last year? Failed to even qualify for the tournament. So you wonder why. Oh, and by the way, Wilt's 5th year, when they're really old, they still go back to the NBA Finals. I think they won 62 games. And they still go back to the NBA Finals, where they lose to a Knicks team that's just at their peak. And I think they added Jerry Lucas to Knicks. So they had 6 Hall of Famers on that roster. Bona fide Hall of Famers. Plus Dick Barnett, who's like a borderline Hall of Famer himself. So that's 6 bona fide and 1 iffy Hall of Famer. We have to wait to see what Lakers do this year, but I don't think they're going to win the championship. And I don't think they're going to the finals. So maybe second round. So that's the thing. The way the Lakers are now, the franchise that they are now, winning one championship is not enough. This ain't the fucking Pacers, okay? This ain't Sacramento. So there's been way too many losing years for LeBron and Lakers, for them, for anybody to justify his his jersey being retired as a Laker. As a Cavalier, absolutely, he's the greatest Cavalier ever. Period. Not even close. And he's done enough, even in Miami, for his jersey to be retired there. He's grandfathered in, so they'll retire it. But Lakers, not right now. Hell, if they win a championship this year, then I'll reconsider it. I definitely will reconsider it. But right now, nah. And by the way, all these guards that the Lakers are signing, what good is it to have all these guards who need the ball in their hands when you're playing with a guy like LeBron James who always needs the ball in his hands? I don't understand what the Lakers are doing. I honestly, I don't understand it. Are they gonna try to convert all these guys into spot shooters? I don't know what the fuck's going on. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.